Hey YouTubers, this is Eric, and we're actually into pecan season, and we've taken quite a few pecans to the sheller and had them shelled for us. So we probably have maybe 80 pounds so far of shelled pecans. And we have a recipe that we like, and it's an old recipe that actually came out of an old Amish cookbook that my Aunt Mary had. She's passed away years ago, but Denise inherited quite a bunch of our old cookbooks, and we don't like our pecan pies too sweet, and so this one's probably a little sweeter than the not so sweet that we used to make, but we actually like this taste better. So that's what we're going to make for you today. We're going to make a double recipe, 2 pies, and usually we make our own crust, but for time's sake today, we've got the Pillsbury crust, but you can make your own crust. It's pretty simple: butter, Crisco, water, flour. But these pie crusts honestly are to me are just as good. It depends on how you want to go. But all our pecan pies we're going to make this year are going to be raised right here on Perry Hill Farm. So our pecans, our farm fresh chicken eggs that we're getting every day. And so I'm going to give us a head start. I've got the oven on 375 to start. We've got some softened butter, and for a double recipe we'll use 1/2 cup, which is 1 stick, if you're not familiar with cooking, and it's softened. And then we have a little container we keep our sugar in, and we're going to use 2 cups. And put 2 cups of that sugar in there. One of the other recipes we used to do, it was 1/2 cup of sugar, but you used more Karo syrup. We particularly like a light Karo syrup versus dark. Some people like a dark. But we're going to mix this together and cream it, okay? All right, we've got this, basically creamed together. I'm gonna leave it running, and we're gonna add 8 eggs. And these are straight from our chickens yesterday. These are fresh, and of course I washed each one. When you get ready to use these farm fresh eggs, you wash the outer shell. We don't wash them beforehand because we store them the way they come out of the chicken. If you don't know what that's all about, you can watch one of our previous videos where we talk about how to store eggs. But we like these farm fresh eggs. We know what we're feeding our chickens and the free range they're getting. So just keep adding these one at a time. All right, so we got the eggs in. I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of Karo syrup for both pies. And we're just gonna use my little spatula here and squish it all in there. And then we use pure vanilla extract. We'll use 4 teaspoons. Just like that. We'll let this mix just for a second. It's all together. We'll lift it up. You can see that nice, beautiful, yellowy batter. I'll just kind of sweep off what I can in there, like that. And we'll put this in there so I don't make a mess. And I've sorted through our pecans. Whenever you fresh pick yours, you got to kind of make sure there's still no little pieces of hole in there. And then I'm gonna pour these in, and we use a cup and a quarter in each pie. Some people cut it to a cup. I don't know, just to me I like pecans. And some people like theirs chopped. We like ours whole. You can do it either way. There's just something to me it's pretty about a whole pecan in there. And then I'll take a cup measure. Since I made a double batch, I will take this cup and I'll spoon it out evenly in between the two pie shells. Okay, so I have the pecans mixed in, and I'm just going to take a scoop. We'll do a scoop at a time in each one. That's just so I'm trying to get it fairly even, like so. And then once I get it about there, then I'll just try to even it out by eye, since I have about just a little left in the mixture. And I can use my spoon or my spatula just to scrape out the sidewall. All right, so there we have it. And now our oven's almost at 375. All right, so we're going to put these in the oven. We'll let it go for 5 minutes there, and then we'll turn the temperature down to 325, and then we'll cook it till it's a little firm in the center, just enough where when I stick the little knife in there it doesn't stick. Pull it out and let it set, and we'll be good to go, and we'll show you the finished product. All right, YouTubers. Well, I just pulled the pies out of the oven, and so these actually cooked 40, let me think about my time, about 60 minutes. Give or take a few, maybe at a little over 60 minutes. So, you know, when you check a pie or a pecan pie, you can stick a knife down in it. I'm gonna take this little thingy off. It just helps keep the crust from getting too burnt, so it stays kind of golden brown. But how I check it is I give it a little shake, and if the middle of that is as firm as my tushy, then that's where I want it, right there.
Oh my heavens!
If it's jiggly in the middle, it's gonna be too loose, and so you want it firm. But we'll let this cool, and then you can refrigerate that if you like your pecan pie cool. And my daughter, she was just eating what I made yesterday with the homemade crust I was mentioning. She says she definitely likes the homemade crust better. And so, but for today's time's sake, we've got to get to a wedding here. I wanted to just go ahead and use the store-bought one. But that's what the pecan pie looks like, and we're going to be making these for the holidays. And so you want to go to our page locally We're going to do it local. We're not shipping them, but for anybody that's local for pickup, they can have some pecan pies ready for the holidays. So, as Uncle Stumpy, my brother-in-law Eric always says, a simple life is a much more enjoyable life. So, simple, fresh farm eggs, fresh pecans off our trees, makes a good pecan pie. God bless.